Shows live. And looks like it is, in fact, live. That's good. We're doing a bit of an early stream today. Just bear with me a minute. Let me just hit enter in a few places to post this around. That way I can do it very quickly. There we go. Let me jump out of there. Turn Discord back off. Yeah, so the usual day, Wednesday, but not the usual time. Earlier because I had to be up pretty early today for some stuff with my job. So I was up at 4 a.m. So I'm thinking, I don't know this, but I'm just, how do I review? Hold on, sorry. Oh, I see what that is. I'm guessing that I'm probably not going to be in the shape to do much streaming later. I don't know that I'm in the shape to do much streaming now, but I feel okay. I have some coffee, which I normally don't drink in the afternoon, but I think I'm going to need it to just to not. The one thing I don't like doing is messing with my sleep cycle too much, because I think it's. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Where's the mute button on this thing? Hold on. Okay. No, I'm not. I thought I was gonna sneeze. Sorry. Just getting ready. I might still. I can't tell. It might happen anytime. So I will try. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm gonna mute because I'm very sure I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I'm gonna try and make my. Yeah, I'm gonna. Woo! There we go. You can sort of. I don't know if everybody can do this. I know I can. At a certain point, I know I can make myself sneeze. If I just take a couple of rapid breaths through my nose, if I know it's coming, it'll sort of force the issue. So I'm pretty sure that even with coffee later on today, I will probably not be in the best shape to do a stream. But I did want to stream because I said I was going to do a squiggle drawing this week, and I am. So let me put this aside. Oh, I just have to move my keyboard. I think I have everything in place. Not as early as I've done some other times. I just don't know when I'm going to have a chance to do a really early stream like I've done a few times. Just hasn't worked out. But this is still slightly earlier. So at least some people may be able to attend it that usually can't when it's later in the day. But yeah, like I said, right now I feel okay. I do not feel as tired as I would think I would. So I'm going to just go ahead and do a stream now because I feel all right. And I expect to crash pretty hard. Oh, I'm going to guess around 7, 8 o'clock I'm going to be struggling to stay awake. That's just a guess. Because I'm not 18 anymore. And so having to get up early, I think I got maybe 5 hours of sleep. Probably. I got lucky, though. I will say, I got lucky because I pulled something in my... I don't think it was actually my shoulder. I think it had to have been my bicep, maybe, or whatever the muscle is behind the bicep, which I don't know. Whatever it was. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me make sure, because I know there's the chat window, just in case. I don't think it shows up. There it is. Okay. The chat window is now where I can see it. So if you chatted, well, it doesn't look like anybody did. But just in case you did, sorry, wasn't trying to ignore anybody. Because it shows one viewer. It doesn't say who, so I don't know. I don't think there's any way for me to... Oh, there's this. Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. This is the same... Looks like the same name, so I don't know if it was real or not. Anyway, I done something to my arm. And I had so much trouble sleeping, but that was on Sunday night. So fortunately, I didn't have to get up early Monday morning, because I would have been useless. Because I could not... I had to rest in a very specific position, and if I didn't, I just got this pain in my arm that would not let me sleep. Fortunately, I was able to sleep, and I just kind of was careful with the arm, and now it's pretty much... I mean, I really would have to work to make it hurt now. So I've been very fortunate. Whatever it was doesn't appear to be anything major. So that's good. I don't know what it was. But regardless, it doesn't matter because it appears to be okay. All right, let's take a look. All right, so I got plenty of layers. All right, so let's go ahead and get this going because it's, oh, right at 5 minutes. Very good. All right, so we'll do our little intro bit here. And then assuming I did this correctly, That should go to black. And then we should fade up to a blank canvas. Perfect. That's what I wanted. So that's what we've got. Okay. So, squiggle drawing. Let's do a squiggle drawing. We're going to take the pencil. I'm going to aim for an hour. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make an hour. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I have the time. Whether I have the energy, I may have to pause to get up to get another cup of coffee. I made 2. Let me see what the temperature is in my current one. Ooh, that's a good temperature. Let me have a little sip of that really quick. Actually, I always am terrified of drinking anything over my computer or my iPad. So I'm doing it with 2 hands. 1 minute. Good, but still a bit hot. That's okay. I don't need to be slurping coffee through the whole stream anyway. All right, so now let's get our thing sized, and I'm going to just close my eyes, and I'm just going to move the pen in random places, and that will become the squiggle whatever. And then we'll go from there. Just pure and imaginative type of thing, not really worrying about it. All right, so I'm going to put the... All right, I'm going to close my eyes, and we'll just do something like this. And I'm not even sure if I'm inside the square. Okay. Oh, interesting. All right. I thought I was going much bigger than that, but that's okay. That's not bad. The point of the squiggle drawing is not the squiggle itself, but what you make out of it. So, wow. Okay. So this is interesting. I already kind of have some ideas. Huh. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Let's see what we're going to do with this. So I've created a second layer. I'm going to drop the opacity on that a bit. And let's just see. So immediately, I have a thought like this is some kind of outfit, like a cape or something. So just generally do that. I'm going to have this coming up as an opening. I don't know what's going to be in there. Ooh, actually, it could be a head. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever. So then this will be basically the body here. Not sure what final form that will take. And this could be a set of legs, kind of sitting like that. Okay. And then I don't know what these would be. Arms, maybe? I could make stuff up too. There's no real specificness to this, but this, okay, so I'm kind of thinking like some kind of head inside this cloak or whatever, possibly with teeth. I don't know if I want to go full creepy with this and make a set of teeth like that. That might be a little bit horror-based. You know, I think I have to sneeze. I'm going to pause really quick. Woo! Yep, had to sneeze. Yeah, I'm trying to catch those so I don't do it on the... I don't know if those teeth are going to stay. In fact, I'm going to get rid of the teeth for now. I kind of just like the idea of the face with the eyes or something like that. We'll see. I'm not going to do anything too complex. And then as far as the feet go, I don't know. I like the idea that this thing is sitting with its legs kind of sideways. You know, I don't know if the arms will be like praying or something. I don't know yet. That middle piece. All right, well, let's just start messing around with this. I'm going to do this. This is going to be an extraordinarily loose drawing for me. I generally am not this kind of completely, you know, whatever with stuff, but let's go ahead and do it. So let's do, I like the idea of the eyes. So we're going to throw a couple of circles right here. Not worrying about size or anything too closely here, so we'll just put a set of those. And then what we'll do is let's go up here and let's see. I like the idea that this is some kind of cloak or something with it. Well, okay, if I'm going to have it be a collar, maybe what I need to do is have a cloak idea up here, something that's over the head of this thing, which I don't even know if that's going to be the final head shape, and then the cloak kind of comes out, or collar, not cloak. The collar comes out like this, dovetails down. This comes out and folds back in. Let's get rid of that little spot there. So something like that. And then we'll have this is the actual shape inside of this cloak. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't silence my phone. Bear with me a minute. Sorry. Let's see here. Whoa, jeez. Sorry, a whole bunch of messages all just kind of flooded in at once. to silence that. Jeez, man. Boy, Twitter is just a mess. It's just a piece of junk. I'm very close to just closing my one account and just keeping the show account open. Twitter at this point is so useless. I'm not going to call it by its other name. I'm not going to call it that stupid name. So I'm just going to call it Twitter. Twitter is useless. It really is bad. I mean, it's sad. I don't like the fact that it's just that what it is now. All right, so let's do legs. I'm not going to go on about that forever. So these are going to be a set of legs that are kind of like that. And we could do some kind of feet. You know, like some big toes. Or something like that. They may not look like that eventually, but we'll do that. Because I don't care. This could be a barefoot monster. What's the difference to me? Okay, so this is the rough body. Again, none of this is finalized. I'm just kind of working out ideas here. I don't know. Maybe this thing doesn't need arms, or it can be like, ta-da! Like, look at my cloak. Look at my magnificent cloak. Woo! Something like that. Ta-da! Yeah, all right. All right with that. You know what? I'm gonna make the only bad thing about this. You know what? I think I can just move. Sorry, I'm just rearranging windows because I wouldn't even say it's a bad thing, but the one thing about OBS that I just have to get used to is that the windows that it uses are all modular. And that's not a bad thing, but well, wait, where did okay, there. I just have to get used to how it positions things. Oh, you know what? I forgot this is positioned in a very specific way. Hold on. I forgot I had this centered. That's okay. I'll figure it out. You know what I can probably do? I think I can tell it. Sorry, this is my fault. I forgot that it was like this. I just need to say center to screen, I think. Wait, I'm on the wrong thing. I need this. Video capture device. Right? That's this. Oh, no, that's not it. This is it. Okay, sorry. We want to do center to screen. Okay, but now I need to move it down. So I think I can just move it down so that it's right about there. And then I can do a center vertically, or would it be horizontally? Yes, there we go. Got it. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot that I was literally moving it within the OBS window. So what I'm going to do with OBS is I'm going to do this. I'm going to shrink this just enough so that I have a nice big image. There, got it. Okay, sorry. I just have to get used to how this is different. So, my fault. Okay, so we've got hands. Yeah, something like this. I can even do... I could make it like a elephant creature where it's kind of got a snout that comes down. No, I like it the way it is. I like it with I don't really need to see what the face is. I just kind of like the idea of this weird little creature. So let's see. We want to give it some clothing. We may do some interesting things with the clothing. We can give it a tail. I don't mind having a little tail coming off because it's some kind of aerodynamic. Oh, we can give it little wings. Does it need wings? Does this creature need wings? Does this creature need wings? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Do I want to give this thing wings? Let me contemplate that for a minute while I have some more coffee. Do I want this creature to have wings? I don't know. I don't know if wings benefits the creature. I don't know if you're even going to really see them. Well, you know what? Let's see. Because the other thing is I can broaden this canvas out. So let's do that. Because I think right now the biggest problem is the canvas isn't really built to accommodate wings very well. So let's broaden the canvas. And let's add a second layer or third layer or fifth, whatever we're on. And let's just put some very simple wings. I don't want them to be scary wings. I just kind of want them to be friendly little wings in the back. There we go. I don't want this to be a scary creature. At first, I kind of... Ooh, that wing's bad. Hold on. Gotta angle this. At first, I was kind of like, ooh, I'll make it a sinister thing, and that was where I was going with the eyes. Oh, man, these arches. I'm not used to working like that with that kind of angle, so I gotta fix those arches. That's better. These aren't even fun. Actually, you know what? Why am I overdoing this? Again, I instead of doing something simple, like this, duplicate, and then just flip the wing. Because this is the sketch form anyway. So we'll angle the wing a little bit there. So something like that. Perfect. Okay, so let's see. So we got some wings. Okay. Let's get rid of, let's go to paint because I can use, this is sketchy. So there's our wings. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna leave that collar. I like the collar. The collar's nice. Okay, so the head will be blackened in, so this will all be kind of filled in. We won't really get any definition on that. Or, you know what? What do I want to do here? Hold on. Gained a loss the viewer very quickly. Sorry. Yes, I'm doing squiggles today. Okay, so I think I'll stick with, let's take a look here. So we'll do that. That'll be the arm coming off. That arm can stay where it is. What can I do that's weird about, or not weird, but different? What can I do that's different? I've got the head going into the hood, that's fine. I've got the legs going back. Well, you know, I don't know that I need to do anything all that. Hold on, let me knock these down. Those eyes can probably stay. I'll probably actually just keep those. Let's add a layer. Let's go ahead and do a fill on it. Fill layer. Oh, I don't think I hit fill layer. There we go. Let's drop that down. Okay. Kill that. Kill that. Okay, so there's our creature with no pencil behind it. Now this is the tricky bit. So I want to try to make a nice smooth line now. So let's switch to this. Okay. So let's do something like this. And then we'll do another layer. Oh, I did on the same layer. Sorry. My fault. Let's do something like... Actually, that was a good line. I just screwed up a good line. It's okay. Something like that. Let's do another layer and do something like this. Okay. One more layer that will join these two, but not yet. Let's curve that around. I mean, I don't have to worry about this much. This is a sketch. This is just a, it's just a squiggle sketch. So I really don't have to be that specific with it. But I don't want to make it a sloppy image either. So we'll do this. This will be the cowl. And we may do like a little dip to that cowl. But there we go. We rounded that. You know what's kind of dipping over the front of the, I guess, non-face. Something like that. Coffee. Okay. Where's this? Okay. Where's this? Let's go ahead and let's clean these up a little bit. Just so it's... Oh. Let me switch to that one. Okay. Wait, am I the wrong way? There we go. So we'll do that. We'll do this. Oops. Let's make that a nice sharp edge. There we go. Okay. And the idea of these squiggle drawings is these are types of things you can do if you have kids. Or if you have, you know, somebody who doesn't do a lot of artistic stuff and you just want to do something simple. These are good. Because you can make these whatever you want them to be. That's what's great about it. I mean, literally, this is pure imagination exercise. Pure and simple. That's what it is. So there is no right or wrong version of these drawings. It's whatever you want them to be. As you can see, I'm not overly concerned about where things overlap or where they go, because you shouldn't be, because that's not the purpose of these drawings. It's more to let you just form fun images out of your brain. Just kind of picture something, much like looking at a cloud and seeing an animal. Oops, sorry. That's the idea of this, is you're looking at something that's basically shapeless, and you're making something out of it. You're creating a shape or a form or whatever. And it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what you want it to be. You can make it anything you want. I say as I grab my coffee cup. Beautiful. OBS is sitting at 8.5% CPU utilization. Sorry, if you've come to a bunch of these streams, you will be familiar with the fact that I won't shut up about how disappointed I am in the Twitch beta software, so I'm sorry. I won't say anything else other than to say I'm very happy with where OBS has me at the moment. Oops, that's an eraser. I need a pen. So just a little bit of a sleeve there. Have that blended there. Actually, no, we won't do it that way. We'll do this more cartoony. There we go. No reason to be fancy. This is, after all, just a squiggle drawing. So while it shouldn't look bad, it doesn't really need to look overly great either. It's supposed to be fun. Let's do the tail in a single stroke like this. There we go. Because we'll erase that part later. The legs, I got to figure the legs out. I don't want them to look like that. They just look like sausages there. So I want to have some form to them. So let's do it as, let me think about how I want this to look. Because I don't really even, I don't know what this creature is supposed to be, but I'm going to probably make a lot of it, black to be simple as far as the clothing and everything. So let's do it as, let's see here. Let's just have the legs coming down like this, and we'll just do some toes. Another leg come up. Okay. And then we'll do another leg, and this leg will come down like this. And we'll do some toes. We'll have the leg come up, and then we'll figure out. Ooh, that leg looks that looks like an emaciated leg. Okay. Yeah, I can't do that. Alright, that's fine. It looks too thin. That leg looks way too thin. So we'll do it like this. Put the foot toes, but we'll make the. There we go. That's better. Have that nice kind of arc to it, so it looks like it belongs to the same creature. That's kind of an important thing, is you don't want the legs to look massively different, or it doesn't look like it's the same animal, or whatever we're calling this. All right, now we're going to do a new layer again, and we're going to do a. Really? This stream for 22 minutes? It just doesn't seem right. But I guess if that's what it says. I want to make these wings kind of soft. Again, I don't want this to be a scary creature. I like the idea that it's somewhat friendly. Whoops. Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to angle these wings just a bit. Now I may. Well, it's a squiggle drawing. I'm not going to worry about it. There we go. So we got our wings. It's perfectly okay to copy and duplicate something and still have it. It's okay. You don't have to do everything from scratch. It's not a problem. It's not a big deal. These are supposed to be fun. In fact, if anything, mistakes are good because these are supposed to be freeform. That's why I'm not going to worry about this thing as far as proportions and all that stuff. I'm not going to get overly hung up on that because it's not the point. The point of a squiggle drawing is just to have a fun time and to exercise your creative mind a bit. It is not because you're trying to craft some kind of beautiful image. It's really not. I mean, that can happen. You absolutely can take something that starts off like this, and if you think there's some potential in it, you can make it into something later that's aiming to be more of a finished piece. I'm not saying you can't do that. Okay, that does not look rounded. That looks weird. But I'm just saying that that's not the point of it. That's not the intent. Okay, I went. Actually, that's okay. Oh no, it's not. It's too far down. I gotta do this a little bit shallower. Oh, I like that. That's good. Yeah, this is just supposed to be a fun thing where you do fun things with it. I might add little antenna to this guy or girl or whatever it is. It's not even a thing. There's no particular assignment to it. It is simply a creature of imagination. They used to have, I don't think they have it anymore. Let me look it up. I'm curious. Disney, well, I guess World, used to have, it was called Disney Imagineering, maybe, or something. Oh, it was called Figment. Figment was the name of the creature. Figment, here it is. Journey into Imagination was at Epcot. Figment, with a small purple dragon with a pink tummy, is the mascot of the Oh, they still have it. The Imagination Pavilion at Epcot. I love that. I mean, probably no surprise. I love that. Yeah, it's still going. That's great. That is just sensational. Yeah. That's great. 82. Wow. Yeah. I remember the Figma thing. It was such a cool thing. I'm glad they still have it. I'm really glad they still have it. Disney has veered, I feel like, off their kind of creative roots a lot in recent years. They've just become more of a pure money-making company. But it's nice to see that there are still those things that, you know, tie it back to what it used to be when it was mostly just literally a place for kids to go and have fantasy lands and you know, animation stuff, or they were, you know, they had animators and you could watch them animate and all that. Oh, so great. It was so great. It was so great. I mean, I'm not saying they don't have anything like that. It is still a park that aims to create a fantasy world for kids. It's just that the company, as a larger company, has kind of veered off, I think, into weird areas. We'll put it like that. Okay, so I want to have it where this character has some kind of pants or something on. Actually, it really doesn't. It could be a skirt. What do I care? It'd be easier. So we'll have it where this is going to follow the line of the... Okay, not like that. We're going to have a nice smooth line. There we go. And we'll have it come over like a skirt, and then we'll have it... yes, that follows the leg lines. Okay, we're good. Just something like that. And then we'll just have like bump and bump. Just so you know where the legs are. And we already got the toes. Okay, so we've got the basic... Oh, the hands. We need hands. So let's see. Well, I guess I'm not going to do 5 fingers. I think I'll do... Because the feet have 4, so we'll do 4. So let's see. So we'll do a thumb. And that thumb will come down a little bit more. And then we'll have a finger. A finger. Hands are tough. I will tell you, I am not generally good at hands. That's not bad. Actually, yeah, it is. Ooh, no, that's not a good hand. Let's try something like this, and like this, and then a shorter pinky thing right there, and then come in. Okay, I like that better. I'm not good at quick hands. If I sit there and take, 30 minutes, I can make a hand. But it's not easy. Hands are tough to draw, I will just tell you. They are for me. I know there are people who can do them really well. I envy those people. That's great. It's a good skill to have, though. Drawing hands is important with a lot of things if you want to draw hands. If you don't, if you only ever want to draw octopi, you'll be fine because they don't have hands. Or birds. Oh, no hands. So, getting a drink of my coffee. Bear with me. But you see what I mean. And this is not to say this is a great drawing or anything like this, but, inside of 30 minutes... Just from a squiggle, I have the foundation of something. That's what's great about the squiggle drawing idea. Is it doesn't require you to really... You don't have to do that much. You just have to kind of mess around. That's what the benefit is. And just draw something that you may not have thought to draw if you were sitting down to draw something on purpose. That's why I like it. It's just a pure... And that's why I say it's great for kids. Because there is no wrong thing to draw. Oh, come back. There we go. There is no wrong thing that you're going to draw. It's just a matter of whatever pops into your head. Hold on a minute. I'm going to do... I always hate how I forget to do that. I always mean to clear out all my other stuff so nothing else is running, because I end up opening way too many apps. Okay. Especially Deus Ex Go. I don't even know why that's open. Okay. Let's come back. Whoop. I mean, not that there's ever anything on there that you couldn't show on a screen, but it's just stupid. So if I do this now, yeah, that's all there is. Perfect. That's what I want. All right. So, okay. Because I think Deus Ex was probably... No, that's why my battery seemed so low this morning. I didn't even think about that, but that's exactly what I was running in the background. Someday I'll think of these things. Yes, coffee. Okay. Let's get rid of that little sleeve. But I mean, even in just the cleanup stuff of this, oh, there's one. Let's get rid of that. And this may not be black like I thought. I may not make the clothing black. I might make it something else. Let's see, where is that line? Did I already miss it? Of course I did. There it is. Let's get rid of that. Yep. And I'm just getting rid of the overlapping lines. I think you probably have figured that out already. Okay, there we go. So that's good. All right. So what was I had a thought. Oh, yeah. Let me do the little... those are the eyes. So let's do a layer here. Whoop, did I do it? Nope. Plus, there we go. And let's just do a little thing like this, where it's just like... Oh, that's the eraser. Let's just have a little bit... that's not how a hood would drape. Almost like what the Smurfs have, you know, where there's just a little bit of a drape off the hood. Except it wouldn't drape like that. It would drape more like it comes down and then goes out like that. Yeah, that looks too much like a Dracula head. Let's try something like this, where it kind of bubbles over. And then that comes out to there. That can also cover up that mistake I made. Yeah, something like that. Actually, I guess I could give this creature hair. Would it be more fun to give it hair? You know, maybe it would. Let's do that. So it'll be a similar shape, but let's give it hair. Let's have it come up and just bloop over like that. And now it's got hair. And then we'll form the hair out like that. And we can still cover up that mistake I made. Well, I got to do it wider than that. Hold on. Okay. Different layer. Yeah, I can already see where my problem is. So let me do that. Okay. There we go. We gave him a little swirly hair thing. Yeah, see? Wasn't even in the original image. Now it is. Once again, the power of the squiggle drawing is that there are no rules in squiggle drawing. Except to have fun when you're doing it. Boy, I'll tell you, just doing this makes me feel a lot better than I did before I started the stream, where I was kind of feeling like the tiredness was hitting me, but I'm feeling all right now. I'm feeling okay now. So, all right, let me see what I want to do here. So, we have the wings. We'll do a little bit of definition on the wings. I'm just looking at this. Sometimes it's good to just stop and look at what you're doing and determine whether... Yeah, I like that. Legs, I'm not entire... I wonder if I should have the legs coming out from behind. Because those look a little weird. They don't look... I mean, this isn't supposed to be a natural or a realistic image by any stretch of the imagination, but the legs do look a little weird, I guess. Let me think about this. Do I want to modify the legs? Let me see. Because I think if I sweep them back, if I just make it where the roundness comes in front of them, I think that might be better. Well, you know what I can do is I can actually, if I just extend, let me think about how I want to do this. If I extend this around, it should work. Right? Let's see. So if we do new layer and I extend this, oh, wrong thing. Hold on. I extend this out to there. So it looks like it's in front of the legs. And now what I'll do is, where are the legs? There's leg, skirt thing. That's fine. Where's the other leg? Okay, there's the other leg. So let's do this. Let's move this up. Okay, we're going to move that down like that. The skirt is there. All right, so on this, we'll do a mask. Switch that mask to black to... Oh. Paint that out. Okay, so let's paint this out. Not erasing. Masking. Right? And then go to, what is it, this one, this one here. Let's do a mask here. I'll have to fix that. That's okay. I'll fix that later. I just want to look at what this looks like with the legs behind. Because I have a hunch I'm going to like it better. Yeah, I think I like that better. I think I do. Just think. I think it looks better with the legs folded back. Right? Does it? Hold on, let's see. think it does, because I think it looks like a weird. I think that looks better. Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, so this is what we're. Yeah. We're gonna stick with this. I mean, I'm kind of waffling in my head, but I think I got it right. Let's turn this way up. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better. I think that's better. I think it looks better than with the legs folded. I mean, I'm kind of going back and forth in my head because I kind of like in my head, the visual of the legs kind of folding across sounds better, but I don't think it actually looks better. And I could try to redo it, but that's not really the point. These are supposed to be kind of loose drawings. So, delicious. I think I'm going to do that. And that actually gives me a little bit of a playground on the front of the body to do something. Now I'm going to mute myself for a second while I go and get my other cup of coffee. I shall return in a second. So I'm just going to mute. I'm not going to stop the stream because I'm going to literally just walk into the other room and walk right back. And that lets me take a break from looking at this for a second. So be right back. Okay, so like I said, pretty quick. Just got my other cup of coffee, which I think the combination of drinking coffee and doing this is reviving my brain a bit because I was getting a little foggy there. Okay, so we've got our hooded creature. The only thing I don't. No, you know what? I'm fine. I was starting to apply. I was starting to get too much into my own head. I'm not going to do that. Okay. I mean, I just don't need to. Okay, so we got our hand. Let's do some wing stuff. I like wings. I don't use them on a lot of things, but I like the idea of creatures with wings. It's fun. So let's see. How do I want these wings to look? I think I'll do. Oh, whoa! Wrong brush. Wow. I think it switched over to the paintbrush I was using for erasing. That's why. So, okay, that's still wrong. Is it this one? There we go. Jeez. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Nice sweeping, simple wing shapes. Not worrying about the fact that they're going through things. We'll fix that. Yeah. That's good. And we should be able to just duplicate those, flip them, not vertically, horizontally, bring them over here. You know what? Actually, I don't need to do that. This is something I can just do. We're just going to do it. Is that 21? It is. We're just going to draw the shapes over here. So let's do that. Or actually, wait a minute, because that goes in, it's supposed to go in towards the thing. So we'll do this. And then we'll do this. And then finally we'll do this. Ooh, nice. Caught that one on the edge. Woo! Okay. 26 followers. Really? I have 26 people following this stream? I can't believe that. I don't think this stream is worth following. I mean, not because I don't think I do anything good. I shouldn't say it like, you know, I'm not fishing for praise, but just because I only stream usually once a week for an hour, and I know people who do a ton more, so I'm really quite pleased that I even have 26 followers. That's great. I do think more people end up watching the replays or whatever you call it on YouTube, which is fine. I've said that the whole time. That's perfectly okay with me. It's probably just easier, also because of the time stuff, because I know not everybody is in the same time zone I'm in. So it's probably easier for people on different schedules to watch things. I mean, I see comments come on stuff that's months and months and months old. So I think that's what a lot of people are doing. That's fine. Every one of these, except for I think I lost one because the audio was really bad. Or I had my audio, I just realized I was like, did I unmute my mic when I came back with my coffee? I did. One of them I screwed the audio up somehow. I don't really know how I did it, but I managed it, and that one did not make it. But that's a very, very rare thing. Usually I'm pretty good. Whoops. At keeping the audio in okay. Wow, this brush is huge. Huge. Okay. I will not be using that for much of anything because that's... Wow. Oh, that's because it's so maxed out. Wow. Man. Oh, yeah, it's a paintbrush. Jeez. Yeah, that brush is immense. I mean, it's good to have a big brush, but man, that's a huge brush for this image it is. This is only a 12 by 12. You know, on a big image, because I did my... Actually, I could show you really quick. There's the glaive with the blades. I did that. This is very big. This one is... What's the canvas size on this thing? 32 by 32 inches at printable size. It's huge. I don't know if you noticed that, but it only has... It's a 16 layer maximum, but it's almost 3 feet by 3 feet. That's huge. But I love working in large sizes because now, if I worked in vectors, I know some people who see this who are graphic designers. Well, if you worked in vectors, you could work at a much smaller size and it would scale fine. I totally agree. I understand. I am not a vector artist. I'm just not. At some point, I have no doubt, at some point, they will make it where what I'm doing here can be rendered as a vector, where each of these lines will be a vector. I don't believe that exists yet in a simple form. I know there's ways to kind of trick it and do it, but I don't want that. I just want to draw something in black and white and have it rendered to a vector. And I don't believe there's any good solution for that. I've tried it in Illustrator and the results have not been great. So someday, if that happens, then I will be a vector artist. Until then, I'm bitmap, because I like just being able to draw stuff like this. But that's also why I have to work in huge size, because I'm not working in vector. Therefore, you can't blow things up. You can shrink them down, but you can't blow them up. So if that glaive image was only, let's say, 12 inches by 12 inches, I could easily put it on a shirt, but I couldn't do a poster or anything larger with it. And I want to do larger stuff with that because I love the glaive and it gets forgotten. And I'm trying as much as I can to make sure it don't get forgotten. So that's all I'm saying. Okay, so we got our winged creature. I like the legs. I think the legs are cute. I'm gonna leave the legs. Let's go ahead and... I don't know, do I want to have bare legs? I guess I can because they're behind, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, so we've got our wings, we've got our hands. Let's put a new layer and let's put in some little, just little details. Like put a little sweep to the hands here. Do that, do that, do that. Give it a little bit of definition. Not a lot, but a little bit. Nope, not like that, though. Like that, that. The hair swirl, we can do, something like that and like that, just to further define it as hair, just in case. And the wings, I don't know. I will do something with the wings. I will probably end up continuing this image later, because I think I could do some fun stuff with it. Right now, I'm just, okay, not that. Let's do another layer, just to, because I have a lot of layers available on this. So there's really no reason not to just go crazy. So I'm giving it a very lizardy tail. I guess, I don't know, lizardy, dragony, whatever you would define this as, I don't know. I don't do a lot of what would be considered fantasy drawings, which a dragon most certainly would be. So I don't know if somebody would look at this and consider it to be a dragon tail or a, lizard tail. I mean, I guess they're the same thing. A dragon is a lizard, right? Is a dragon a lizard? I mean, it would have to be. It's a lizard. Whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Is a dragon a lizard? Who cares? How about that? Nobody cares. Oh, sorry. I don't know what it, hold on. Ah, man. Okay, so I don't think that was actually I don't think that was, the screen didn't crash, it went to sleep. So that's got to be a power setting. It was right around 45 minutes, right? So I just have to check. There's probably a setting I missed there. So sorry, I did not mean. Well, now I'm just waiting for it to. Hold on, I'm waiting for it to reconnect now. I mean, it's connected on the stream. I'm streaming, but come on. That really it went into like a hibernation is the wrong word for it, but it definitely did not like what happened there. So sorry, it didn't. For a minute I went, oh no, it black screen, but it did not. It did not black screen. I think it must be set for like 45 minutes. It must do something. So give me a minute. Let me see if I can get this to come back. I'm trying. Hold on. I'm trying to. My iPad did not like that. I mean, it's fine. It's just. That just sucks. Well, you know what? I can't seem to. I think that screwed it up. I think it screwed up the mirroring thing. Does not. Reflector does not seem to be happy. Hold on. And wait. Let's try that. What does that do? Well, that's taking over. Yeah, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to do this. But that might have actually snapped it. Let me see. Hold on. Did that fix it? If not, then I'll just... I mean, I was at 40-something minutes. Anyway, I was planning for an hour. It's better than nothing. I'm sorry. It's really annoying because I don't know exactly what caused that. But there's got to be something... There's got to be something where you can tell it... I'm just looking to see if there's a setting. Confirmation dialogues. Source alignment, snap to edges. No, that looks okay. Stream. That part's okay. Show active. Yep, that part's fine. File name formatting is all okay. Stream delay. No, I don't care about any of that. Automatically reconnect is enabled. That's great. That part's good. I just don't know why it... I don't know why the screen, unless it's a power setting on the Mac, which I will check now. And now I'm sorry because it's refusing to connect to what's the word for it? It's refusing to connect to the iPad, so that will probably... I mean, whatever. I'm not going to really complain that much about it. This is certainly a better... I mean, I just have to... I don't remember that happening before, but I'm going to just look at something. Turn off display when inactive lock screen. Start screensaver when active. Yeah, that part's okay. It's not that. Yeah, that's optimized video. That's fine. We're not on battery though. We're plugged in. Let me just look at something. 20 minutes. No, it shouldn't be any of this stuff. I don't think it's any of this. Options. Wait for network access. Optimize video streaming. Okay, I don't think any of that has anything. Never. Wait for... Okay, that part's fine. Low power mode. There isn't anything there. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why the screen... Like I said, it came right back. So it did. The machine did not shut off, but it almost went into a low power mode. And I really don't know why it would do that. So... But now I can't get it to... It did something, because now it won't reconnect to... Reflector. Well, whatever. You know what? That's okay. I will probably... I'm going to save this image. And I will continue it a different time. So sorry about that. The stream was going along very well. And I did not intend to have it crash like that. That was not the point. So I apologize for that because I don't really know what happened. So I think what I'll have to do is in the future, unless I... Oh, you know what? No. Did I do that? I may... It's possible I bumped a shortcut key or a hotkey. I may have may have done that. So if that was the case, because I do have, I do think the hot corners, hide show home panel. Huh. I don't know if I... Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll bet you that's what I did. Well, maybe. Whoa. Oh, jeez. Well, that's probably not good for the stream either, because I probably just put it... Let's see. I'll know in a minute if that's what I did. Did that kill the stream? Hold on. Let's see. Let me check. Did that kill the stream? No, it's still streaming, so it was not that. It went into what seemed like a power saving mode. It's the only thing I can figure out is that it went into some kind of power saving mode. So I'm sorry about that, because it does seem to have knocked all the stuff out. So that was not my intent, but that's okay. I mean, I know I was around 40 minutes plus when it happened, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Only thing I don't know, I just don't hear the background music. I hope it's playing. I'll find out. I'll find out when I look at it. Anyway, sorry about that. It seems like it never... Here's another reason why I'm only going to ever have 20-something followers, is I can't seem to maintain a stream without some kind of problem happening. It's really not intentional. I don't mean it would always be such a train wreck. It just seems to be what it is, but sorry. It's not intentional. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, I was kind of at the point where I was ready for a break anyway. So, because I had said about an hour, and I think that I'm really surprised I was able to do that much, because I really thought I was gonna start struggling harder. So, in any event, I'm glad I got to do something. Oh boy, my computer's case is breaking. I have another case, so I'm gonna put it on there. But yeah, it's kind of disintegrating on the one corner, which is not great. But that's okay. Whatever. That's a completely separate problem. So anyway, thank you for stopping by my consistently not great stream. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know why I have so many. I mean, maybe this is everybody, but no, it can't. I mean, okay, maybe it's not people who spend a bunch of money. I don't have a big, expensive streaming setup. I don't. I'm not in a position to do that. And I don't know that it probably wouldn't be worth it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just sitting here babbling now. Thank you for stopping by. I am sorry that the stream got cut off, because I don't really know what happened. It was not a reset. It's just that the screen almost like lost its signal or something. So maybe there is a setting I've missed. I didn't see anything in OBS that indicated, because I know some apps, it will say energy settings. Oh wait, allow your pointer keyboard to move between. That's fine. Push to the edge of the display to connect to a Mac or an iPad. Okay, slightly dim the display on battery. Prevent automatic sleeping on power adapter when the display. Prevent automatic. Oh, that seems like prevent automatic sleeping on power adapter. No, I think that's okay. I think that's what it almost seemed like it was, an automatic sleep. That's what I would describe it as, but nothing here. Start screensaver when inactive for 20 minutes. So did it think to turn display off on battery when inactive? Turn display off on power adapter when inactive. That's set to never. Okay, that part's okay. Fascinating. Start screensaver. Did it think I was inactive for 20 minutes? I mean, I guess I could have been. It's possible. That's possible. So I just, I'm going to set it to 30 minutes, number one, because that's usually what I do. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm now going through Mac settings on the stream, which is incredibly thrilling for anybody to be listening to. I will now see if that happens again. It wasn't the biggest deal in the world, except that it knocked out the mirroring thing, so it seemed to do something, but that could also be on the iPad. In any event, thank you for coming by and watching my less than optimal Clearly stream. I appreciate you taking the time. Do a squiggle drawing. It's fun. You don't have to worry about it too much. That's what's great about it. So, if you're so inclined, do a squiggle drawing every so often. I probably will come back to this one. I've saved it. So I'll probably come back to it and do a little bit more, but they're fun. especially like I said, with kids or with people who don't think they're very creative, squiggle drawing can be a blast. You can do one squiggle drawing and like print out copies of it. And every, if you have multiple kids, all the kids do different stuff and you get to compare it, knowing that it all came from the same. It's such a neat little exercise. And even if you're not really good at drawing or anything, it's also still fun because it just lets you kind of exercise your imagination. So it's a fun thing to do. So if you can, do a squiggle drawing. Do a squiggle drawing. And don't worry about what it looks like. It doesn't matter what it looks like. All that matters is that you're expressing yourself creatively. That's the important bit. So anyway, before I somehow managed to I don't know, activate whatever power thing I did before, thank you for stopping by and watching my stream. I'm sorry. Someday, I promise, I am working. I am working towards. I really am. I am working towards having a setup where I can go a month and do 4 streams and have no problems. I don't know when that day will arrive. I don't. I've got to start looking around and like streaming forums and read. I'm sure there's little tips and tricks that people can help me with in this setup. So until then, thank you for stopping by. Whether it's live or not, I will edit these together, the 2 for today, so it won't be 2 separate ones. You will not have to watch. This will not be its own thing on YouTube, its own video. I will edit these together because they are basically the same stream. They just got interrupted by suddenly the screen going dim. I guess it could have been the monitor too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you for stopping by and watching this either live or later. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever's easiest for you. Go out there and be creative if you can. Oh wait, what? I think maybe I hear the background music, so that might be a good sign. Anyway, go out there and be creative if you can. Thanks for stopping by and watching the stream, and take care.